In 1828, a teenage boy appeared in the middle of a European city. He carried 2 letters. He barely spoke. He claimed he had spent his entire life locked in a dark room. No birth records, no family, no past. And according to official documents, he never existed. Some cases fade with time. Others become clearer, but a few remain suspended, trapped between history, denial, and silence. This is one of them. On May 26, 1828, in Nuremberg, Germany, a barefoot teenage boy was found wandering the streets. He appeared confused. He could barely stand properly, and the only words he repeated were, "I want to be a cavalryman, like my father." The boy carried 2 handwritten letters, one addressed to a cavalry captain, the other supposedly written by a mother he had never met. The letters claimed the boy had been raised in complete isolation, locked in a small cell. No human contact, no sunlight, no explanation. The boy's name, according to the letters, was Kaspar Hauser. Authorities assumed it was a hoax or the result of abuse. But as doctors examined him, something didn't add up. Kaspar could barely walk normally. He was extremely sensitive to light and sound. His muscles were underdeveloped, consistent with lifelong confinement. More disturbing was what he didn't know. He didn't understand basic social behavior, didn't recognize common objects, didn't even know what his own name meant. This was not acting. This was someone who had grown up without a world. Slowly, over weeks, Kaspar began to explain. He said he had lived in a dark room his entire life. The room was small. He slept on straw. A masked man brought him food while he slept. Kaspar claimed he had never seen another human face until a few days before he appeared in Nuremberg. The man taught him how to walk, how to write his name, then abandoned him in the city with the letters. Doctors and psychologists began documenting everything, and here's where the case becomes unsettling. Kaspar showed no signs of deception. His reactions were instinctive. His fear responses were consistent. His ignorance was too complete to be rehearsed. But there was a problem. No missing child reports matched him. No birth records existed. No family came forward. Officially, Kaspar Hauser had no origin. As Kaspar learned to speak fluently, his memories became more detailed, and that's when whispers began. Some historians propose that Kaspar was not just an abused child, but a replaced heir. According to one theory, Kaspar was the legitimate heir to a noble house, a child secretly imprisoned to remove him from succession. If he lived, someone else ruled. If he disappeared, no one questioned it. This theory was never proven, but it was never officially dismissed either. And then, the attacks began. Kaspar was attacked multiple times over the years. Once, he was found bleeding from a head wound. He claimed an unknown man assaulted him. Authorities suggested self-harm. Later, he was stabbed in the chest in a public garden. Kaspar staggered back to his caretakers and died days later. The weapon was never conclusively identified. The attacker was never found, and the investigation ended quietly. Too quietly. The final report claimed Kaspar Hauser was a fraud, a disturbed young man who fabricated his story. Case closed. But the evidence told a different story. Medical reports contradicted the fraud claim. Witnesses confirmed his developmental abnormalities, and key documents mysteriously disappeared. No DNA analysis was ever conducted during his lifetime. Later attempts were inconclusive. To this day, historians remain divided. Was Caspar Hauser a prisoner from birth, a political inconvenience, or a victim of something far darker? If Caspar was lying, how did he simulate lifelong sensory deprivation? If he was telling the truth, who locked him away and why? And perhaps the most disturbing question of all, how does a human being exist without existing on paper? Some files are closed, others are sealed, and some are erased completely. Caspar Hauser's life remains a blank space in history, not because we don't have questions, but because the answers were never meant to survive. This was one of those files.